After 15 years, Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones continue to be the cutting edge of rock and roll. Their current tour is a box office success. Their records are on virtually all the charts of top sellers. But most remarkable is the fact that the Rolling Stones have survived so long at the pinnacle of superstardom, while others have not.
A black cat up, died of fright, cause she crossed his path last night.
Elvis Presley, the first rock and roll superstar, has been gone almost a year now. Perhaps in part a victim of his own superstardom. And the Beatles have been gone since 1970, when they decided there would be no more Beatles. But the Rolling Stones remain together as a group. Their popularity has never been greater. The new generation stakes out their hotels, grateful even to be brushed off. And with a following like this, the Stones don't even have to advertise. Here at Chicago's Soldier Field, for example, there's a capacity of 70,000. And within 6 hours after 70,000 tickets went on sale for a Stones concert, those 70,000 tickets were sold. Capacity crowd of screaming fans that had grossed at the gate of $910,000. At the Louisiana Superdome, the Stones drew 80,000 fans who shelled out more than $1 million, the largest indoor gross in show business history. But in New Orleans, there were also drug overdoses and a rape reported in the parking lot. And that highlights what some see as the darker side of the Rolling Stones and their music.
You love the Rolling Stones more than you love God. You love that liquor more than you love God. You love that little harlot you run around with more than you love God.
An evangelist preaching outside a Stones concert was largely ignored by the crowd that passed by.
Of their wicked ways.
The drug arrests over the years, the mysterious death of one of the Stones 9 years ago this month, the murder of a fan at a Stones concert a few months later, seem only to have heightened the Stones' mystique. Mick Jagger, for most fans, is the Rolling Stones. Now 35, he represents all that's potentially ambiguous, offensive, and controversial about his group and its music. All attributes on which he seems to thrive, as Scott Goldstein of NBC News learned last week.
Some critics say your new album
stinks.
No, they would say it's a terrific record. I think it's a terrific record.
It stinks. Wait till the next one.
Some of them say your record is sexist and possibly racist. What do you say about that?
The next one's going to be more racist and more sexist, and it's going to be a whole bunch better.
Many say the force and purity of the Stones' music has never been greater. But never far from the surface, there's also now a sense of decadence. Feeling the Stones are reaching toward, may have arrived at, some extreme.
You've touched a lot of people's lives. How does it make you feel?
Useless.
The Stones remain a powerful act, one that demands the participation of their audience, only to figure out what this act means. Tens of thousands are eager to pay to see the Rolling Stones. And by the time this 10-week tour ends, those fans will have paid $10 million. Rich Samuels, NBC News, Chicago.